Welcome to Rethink DB Fundamentals here at Pluralsight. My name is Rob Connery and I'll be your host for this course. If you need to get a hold of me, you can use the Twitter address or the email that you see on screen, or you can just leave a note here in the discussions. In this course, we're going to get to know Rethink DB and why it deserves your attention. We'll get into query syntax, administration, and some tips and techniques, including integrating with a full-text indexing service like Elastic Beanstalk. Before we do anything, however, let's go over why you should care about Rethink DB when there are so many choices out there. I'll get into each of these topics in detail later on, but up front, there's a lot of exciting things happening with this system. 2.0 is just around the corner, and it's the result of 3 years of careful development and tweaking. This is the release that many have been waiting for, and it's what we're going to use today. Like many other systems, Rethink DB is fast. It's very scalable and it's fun to use. It's billed as a next-generation document database, the best of what we've learned over the last few years, wrapped in a beautiful system. Rethink DB also supports joins. That is a rarity for document databases. Finally, it's amazingly easy to administer, as you're about to see in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Many people claim, including the Rethink DB folks, that Rethink DB is MongoDB done right. Rethink DB is using all the best features of MongoDB and learning from the not-so-good. But it's not stopping there. The Rethink DB team has tried to create a database system that sits right in the middle of the biggest systems out there, a Goldilocks database, if you will. This quote from the Rethink DB blog captures the experience of working with the database perfectly. It's fun to work with as well as to administer, if you can believe it. When's the last time you heard that about a document database? Riak and Cassandra are the well-known large-scale systems that power incredibly active datasets. Cassandra was developed by the Facebook team and is now used at Twitter as well. On the other hand, CouchDB and MongoDB kicked off the document database revolution many years ago, enabling a whole new way of storing data, and also causing a lot of sleepless nights for administrators trying to figure out various problems. Rethink DB sits right between these use cases, high write capabilities, durable, and also easy to use for developers. For administrators, Rethink DB is a dream. Rethink DB ships with a web-based admin interface that comes online immediately. From here, you can do all kinds of things, from creating databases and tables to sharding or replicating a selected table. Setting up a shard is only seconds away and can be done entirely in the web interface. You can query your data using the flexible and functional Rethink DB query language named REQL. The interface is gorgeous, and you can view your results in a tree, a table, or a JSON view. There's so much to see, and so much I haven't even shown you yet. Hopefully, you're as excited as I am to start working with this database. Speaking of, in this course, we're going to get to know Rethink DB and how it works. We'll cover a wide variety of topics, including an introduction to Rethink DB and what sets it apart. That's the rest of this module. We'll do some basic querying, inserts, updates, reads, and so on. Then we'll get into advanced topics. We'll do analytic queries, we'll create secondary indexes, and we'll optimize our database so it's nice and fast. Then we'll get into administration. We'll shard, we'll replicate, we'll get into failover. I'll crater some servers, take them offline completely, and try and rehabilitate my cluster. That's a lot of fun. Then we'll get into tips and techniques. We'll add full-text indexing. We will also do some geospatial queries. We'll take a look at compose.io and then see different ways you can deploy your server. Well, people who read my blog or have watched other courses I've done here at Pluralsight will know that I'm a huge fan of Postgres. It too is the best of both worlds. It's an amazing relational engine, fully ACID compliant, that now has binary JSON support, so it's kind of going into the whole NoSQL thing. That pits it squarely against systems like Rethink DB and MongoDB. Well, let me tell you, nothing has changed. Both systems are amazing, and I love them both. And believe it or not, I am capable of that. Now, they overlap in many, many ways. But there's some small differences. Specifically, Rethink DB's query language is superior by far for querying documents. Rethink DB is easier to manage with a gorgeous UI. Postgres has a huge community, and answers to your questions are close at hand. So the short answer is, well, no answer at all. Try them both. See which feels right to you. I love them both, and the current project I'm working on, I'm actually using both. I like to code, and I think watching the coding process is far more fun and educational than a barrage of concepts set out in slides. So that's what you're going to get here. I'll be coding a lot, and I hope that you code along with me. I've done my best to make sure that you have the data, resources that you need to play along. And I've also tried to make this course as code-centric as possible. I'll have a few slides here and there, but for the most part, it's me and my horrible typing. Speaking of, let's get to it.